Hi guys, it is Elle checking in. I wanted to make this video to share with you the top 5 ways that I believe you can keep good chemistry in a relationship. So by no means am I a love expert or a matchmaker or anything of that nature, but I am a chemist and I live it, I breathe it, I eat it, I sleep chemistry. The chemistry that I do is on molecules, not on people. But as I've grown over time, I have seen that I can take what I've learned and relate it to everyday societal, behavioral kind of events versus just molecules, test tubes, what's going on in the human body, which is what I care about. Okay, so also in the scope of things, I am not married, as you can see, and I can't comment on chemistry, how to keep a man, how to get him to marry you, or anything like that, because I've never been married. I'm single. But this is how to at least keep your partner interested while you're dating. The things that promote good chemistry with your partner while you're dating. Okay, and this is also coming from a female's perspective, looking at a guy versus the opposite way. Maybe that will come later. So, number one is independence. Okay. Now we see this topic on a broad spectrum. You got this girl over here who's completely not independent, wants the guy to do everything for her, and you got this girl over here who is too independent. She got in your face all day, every day. She telling you she independent down all day, every day. So these are the extremes on the spectrum of independence. I believe that most guys want an independent woman because that says a lot about how she carries herself and the head that's on her shoulders. But if you are the loudmouth type that's constantly bragging and boasting it in his face, he's going to feel like you're that way in every aspect of your life. So the slightest mistake that he makes, you're also going to be loudmouthing that to whoever wants to hear, your friend, your family, or him, constantly putting it in his face. So that doesn't promote good chemistry. But be independent. I do fully believe in being independent because it's the quality of your life. It's not about I'm being independent so that I can attract Joe Blow over here. No, you want to be independent because you want to live a good quality of life over the span of your life. So that's number one. Don't be ashamed of your independence. Don't feel like, oh, I can't tell him, oh, I got to make him feel like he has to do everything for me. But don't brag and boast on it either, Be humble about it. Be understated about it, and it'll show through. Number 2 is let the man be the man. If that man wants to open the door for you, take your coat, pull out a chair for you, whatever, let the man be the man. It's kind of a shame that in our generation, my generation, we don't even hardly expect that anymore because we look at what men are doing outside, in the world today, and then we say, well, we have a certain level of expectation now. And it's also because we now feel, I think more than ever, a need to be independent. And that independence doesn't just carry over into the material things that you have for yourself, own car, own crib, or whatever. But it carries over into every aspect of your life and how you handle yourself in every arena of being a woman. So let the man be the man. Can you keep it cool if he decides, oh, well, I'm going to pull out the chair for you or I'm not? Can you keep it cool, both ways? How much does it really matter to you? You have to keep these things in mind when you're trying to keep the chemistry good with your boo. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, and this is the heavy hitter. Okay, you got to be satisfied with being, don't try to be the only girl. Just be satisfied with being the main girl because it's just not practical to be that possessive and be that jealous over a guy when you never know who your next blessing is going to come from, or who your next business opportunity is going to come from. It could be a guy or a girl. So if you are isolating this guy, making him feel like you are the only girl that he has permission to hang with, to kick it with, that's automatically going to push him away. And we are Americans. We love freedom. We love to be free. So that is not conducive to a good chemistry. You got to be happy with being the main girl. You know, be the girl, be the number one girl. Don't feel like you got to be the only girl, because that will kill the chemistry. Okay. Number 4 is know what you want. Know what you want from a guy, because when you don't know what you want, it makes him feel like, well, I'm going to go get that one thing I want, and then I'm going to dip because she don't even know what she want. But when you know what you want, that makes him feel like, I'm special. I'm in your life because I meet your qualifications and your standards. And that is awesome for the chemistry. So, for example, I have 5 things that I want from a guy. Christian, number 1. Independent, hard worker, educated, sexy. In no particular order, I just need those 5 things. Why? Because these are the 5 things that I feel like I bring to the table in full effect. So why wouldn't I want that from my guy? You know, if you're supposed to be my match, you should match me in those arenas of life, I feel. So know what you want, and that makes you more attractive, period, when you know what you want in any arena of your life, not just dating, because they see, wow, you know, she's giving thought into what she wants her life to be like, what she expects from her life, and she's putting a demand on their life. She's going to get a return. You know, that's attractive. So that is number 4. And number 5 is the heaviest topic of all, and that is sex. Okay. Again, 2 ends of the spectrum right here. You got this girl over here who's like, well, you know, money make me come, and that's what it's about. And I got to have X amount of dollars before I can hop in the sack. And then you got this girl over here who is like, I'm not having sex until I get married. So now let's think about this in the full context of sex. Start with the girl, the money make me come girl. Okay, this is the easiest to handle. If you put a price on your body, okay, that's going to make the guy feel like, well, the richest man in the world could come to you, give you a fraction out of what's in his pocket, and he got you. And, you know, automatic whore, because you put this value on yourself. You know, you're not even worth $1 or a penny more than this value that you want for your body. So that is not attractive. That's going to make him run. So think about that. The richest man in the world could be the most corrupt man in the world. Do you want that inside of you? Like, no, you don't. So that's impractical. And then on this spectrum of things, which I fully believe that only the marriage bed is blessed. This is anything outside of that is a sin. And I also believe that a sin is a sin. You know, God has the ability to forgive all sins, but we got to keep in mind that different sins have different consequences. You know, keep it in perspective. So when the Bible says flee fornication, you know, the Bible is in our English translation. What is the root of the word of fornication? It comes from the Greek porneia, which is also the root word for pornography. So when you think about sex, there is a lot of different types of sexual sin, and it's a spectrum that comes with different consequences. For example, if I decide to have sex with my man that's been my man for 5 years, I might feel one type of way about that. But now if I go decide I'm going to accept $10,000 for these 5 guys to run a train on me, I'm going to feel a totally different way about that in the aftermath. You know, the consequences and the guilt that I'm going to feel from this situation versus this situation is going to be totally different. Also, when you think about marriage, you telling this man that you have to be married for him to have sex with you, So you want to give up your independence. You want to be completely loyal. You want to be completely submissive, and you want to be willing to bear this man's kids before you have sex with him. And you want to give up your last name before you have sex with him. Is that what you really want? You know, you have to be honest with yourself and assess yourself and see, is that what you really want? But I do believe that you should submit your sexual life to God and every aspect of your life to God and let him navigate it. So that is my top 5 things about how to keep good chemistry when dating with your man, your boo. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm signing off. BNB ENT.